What's good, everyone? It's Mark from MotoGear TV. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. And in today's video, we're going to talk about everything you need to know about maintenance when it comes to the E92 335i. For those of you that are new to the channel, this is my 2008 E92 335i. This car came equipped with the N54 engine. Now, this car has always been a very controversial car, especially when it comes to maintenance. And in this video, I just wanted to highlight my overall experience. And also, I'll try to highlight every single maintenance thing that I've done to this car in my 4 years of ownership. So let's get started. First thing you guys will have to look out for when purchasing these cars is going to be leaks. Now, if you guys have owned any BMWs in the past, or if you're considering owning your first BMW, leaks are going to be the main thing that you'll have to focus on when it comes to these cars. Starting from the top, the first leak is going to be from the valve cover. Now, the valve cover on this car is made from plastic. It's very prone to leaking, and a telltale sign that your valve cover does have a leak is if you look down in this channel, you'll usually see oil starting to pool along this heat shield. And also, a majority of cars will experience some form of smoking because it ends up on the exhaust downpipe. Now, when a hot exhaust downpipe meets oil, it tends to smoke. So that is a telltale sign that the car does need the valve cover to be replaced. I know in some instances the valve cover can possibly warp, which will then cause it to leak. So that is another thing that you'd have to consider if you guys are going to replace the valve cover gasket. I'll also go ahead and recommend to replace the full valve cover, because that will also save you guys some headache in the event that the valve cover is warped. And some of you guys that have experience with owning these vehicles can agree that the oil filter housing gasket is honestly probably the most important leak that you guys can ever address on this car. Now, what happens in that case is there are two gaskets in the oil filter housing, and when they deteriorate over time, that oil can leak down onto the belts. And unfortunately, when oil gets on the belt for this particular car, it can cause it to slip. And when the belt does slip, it ends up getting sucked in through the front crank pulley. And when that happens, usually it's a bad day for your engine. Now, periodically, I would recommend inspecting that area just to make sure that there aren't any signs of leakage. And then from there, if you guys do see any residue of oil, you can get that job taken care of. I do know another main area for leaks is for this coolant pipe right here. This pipe, unfortunately, is prone to cracking over time. I know sometimes when people are doing general maintenance on their cars, even trying to remove this hose will cause it to break. You will oftentimes see coolant residue all over in this portion here. I know sometimes coolant can also leak from the coolant reservoir as well. So I would highly recommend to double check that before making a purchase. And then the last major leak that I can highlight in this video would be for the oil pan. I do know some of the higher mileage 335s do suffer from oil pan leaks. That job does require the subframe to be dropped and the gasket replaced. So that one is a little bit more costly when it comes to leaks. But outside of that, those are really the main areas of concern when it comes to this car. Now, for stock powered vehicles, this isn't as big of an issue, but as soon as you tune these cars, this is the first area that you guys will probably have an issue with. The charge pipe is made of plastic, so when the boost levels are higher than stock, they will have a very high tendency of cracking. So a lot of people do end up replacing those with metal versions, such as the ones from our Motorsports. So if you guys do plan on tuning your car in the future, I would highly recommend to replace the charge pipe. BMW, honestly, They dropped the ball when it comes to injectors for this car, so much so that they had 12 iterations of injectors for this particular car. I don't know if it was a design flaw or what the exact case was, but it was a recall for this vehicle. So many cars on the road would have had that recall done. Unfortunately, due to the age of these cars currently, that recall is no longer valid. Now, I did check the injectors on my particular car. Seem to have a mixture of index 4s all the way to index 9. I don't recall seeing any index 12s. The injectors have increased in price substantially since I purchased this car. I remember a few years ago you could get a set of 6 injectors for around $1,200. Now the price has gone up to over $2,000. So that is definitely going to be a pretty expensive maintenance item if you guys do have to replace that. But overall, it hasn't been a concern for me as of yet, so that is a good sign. Now, a lot of people have had experiences with misfires on this car, which are oftentimes caused by either spark plugs, coil packs, injectors, or the high pressure fuel pump. When this car begins to experience some kind of misfire, those are usually the components that will have to be replaced in order to fix that. Now, some of the maintenance items on this car do have a tendency of failing due to, honestly, poor ownership. Given that these cars are relatively old for their age, you find that a lot of people purchase them without having any real clear knowledge of what BMW ownership is like. And honestly, some people just tend to neglect these cars as a whole. I know these cars are extremely popular in the tuning industry, and honestly, when you start pushing a certain amount of boost and fuel and E85, it tends to show its weak points very quickly, such as the high pressure fuel pump and the injectors. Fortunately for me, this car is not tuned. I really decided to keep it stock when it comes to the engine in particular. For my personal ownership, I just think this car is a fantastic car as is, and I do know that the potential is there if I wanted to make more power in the future, but as of right now, I love the way it is. Now, for me in particular, my ownership of my E92 335i has been great so far. This car has really been a gem for me. It really gave me a true appreciation of BMW as a brand, and honestly, I wouldn't change anything. So now I'll go over every single thing that I have replaced since owning this car back in 2017. Now, the first thing I did was the oil filter housing gasket. As soon as I purchased the car, that was the first thing that I noticed, so I had that taken care of, I want to say within the second day of owning this car. So that was pretty good. And moving on from there, the next major thing that I needed to replace was the water pump and the thermostat. Now, the symptoms for a bad water pump or thermostat usually show themselves very quickly. I noticed when I went for a drive, my fans were super loud. It almost sounded like I was in a hurricane. That's how loud the fans were. And shortly after, I had a warning sign come up on my dash in regards to the temperature. But luckily for me, I ended up tackling that DIY myself. Now, this was all before we started making videos for YouTube, so unfortunately I did not film any of that process, but it really is pretty simple. There are a lot of DIYs already online for that type of job, so if you guys are looking to do that DIY yourself, I would definitely recommend referencing some of those videos. And then next on my list, I did replace the valve cover and the valve cover gasket. As I mentioned before, I did have symptoms of smoking from the exhaust downpipe. So when I saw smoke coming from my car, it honestly did freak me out for a little bit, but I did find out that it was just the valve cover or the valve cover gasket. Now, that DIY I also did myself, which it isn't as bad as a lot of people paint it to be. If you learn to understand the way that BMW engineers a lot of its components, replacing a valve cover on this particular car is very similar to the N55 or the S55 or most modern BMWs. And then shortly after that, I did go ahead and replace the spark plugs and the coil packs. Now, I didn't have any misfire symptoms, but I figured that would be a good preventative maintenance item to do, especially on this car, because I'm already going to be in there working on some of the valve cover components, so I figured why not. Now, I'll try to list the total for everything that I have spent on this car for maintenance during my ownership. I'll try to put it right here. That way you guys can have the total, which is probably a lot less than what some people have spent during their time of ownership, but It really depends on the vehicle and how it was cared for by the previous owner. Yes, there are some things that you'll have to address during your ownership, but that can be said with any car on the market nowadays. But BMWs in general, they do need special love, care and attention. So I'll highly suggest, if you guys are in the market for this car, or honestly any BMW at this point, I would be sure to consider some of the maintenance items that I had mentioned in this video. And once most of those things are complete, honestly guys, this car is a fantastic car. I have no complaints. I would 100% recommend it for anyone that is looking for a more affordable So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys learned something when it comes to maintenance on these cars, and also I'm glad I could share my experience in owning this car for those last 4 years. Now, if I missed any maintenance items in this particular video, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. And now, if you guys do own an E92 or an E90 335i, let me know what your maintenance experience has been. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We're gone.